Greetings, dear friends. Today I'm making incredibly delicious kefir flatbreads. To make these tender kefir flatbreads, we will need 350 grams of sifted white flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 egg, 200 grams of kefir or buttermilk, in other words, a teaspoon of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and 30 grams of vegetable oil. The first thing I'll do is put the kefir in the microwave for 30 seconds to warm it up. I add 1 teaspoon of baking powder to the warmed kefir. I lightly mix it with a whisk. Because of the reaction between the baking powder and the acidic environment, air bubbles start to form. After a couple of minutes, I add a teaspoon of sugar, half a teaspoon of salt, 30 grams of vegetable oil to the kefir, crack in an egg, and mix everything well with a whisk. And I start gradually adding the flour. It's better to add the flour little by little. The dough has now become quite thick and heavy, and the whisk is no longer able to handle the resistance anymore. So at this point, I'm going to switch over to using a sturdy hand mixer instead. It is approximately just about 10 minutes later, my dough is ready. I gather the dough into a bowl with a spatula and let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes. The dough has rested and is ready to work with further. The dough turns out very tender and even sticks slightly to your hands, but that's not a problem. With this amount of dough, we'll get 6 flatbreads. Each piece of dough weighs about 120 grams. I roll each piece of dough into a smooth ball. This will help make the flatbreads more even and round when rolling them out later. Next, I carefully cover these fresh dough balls with a clean kitchen towel and let them rest for just about 5 minutes or so. Before I start rolling out the flatbreads, I put the pan on the heat and roll out the first flatbread. I make small cuts on the flatbreads. My frying pan is well heated. I pour in vegetable oil. You need to pour in a lot of oil. The flatbreads should float but not sit on the bottom of the pan. And while the oil is heating up, I'll roll out a couple more flatbreads. After rolling out several flatbreads, I begin to fry them. The heat is just above medium and the flatbreads cook very quickly, literally 2 to 3 minutes on each side. I've finished frying the last flatbread. It's a pity I can't share with you the aroma that fills the apartment. The flatbreads turned out very airy and almost weightless. I'll be honest with you, I don't make these flatbreads too often because once you try them, it's very hard to stop. And both adults and children love these flatbreads. Serve them piping hot with sour cream, jam or honey. I'm sure that if you make these flatbreads, your loved ones will truly appreciate them. Friends, thank you for being with us. This was Serge and Tatiana with you, wishing everyone peace, kindness, and good luck. See you next time.